Okay, welcome back to Day Trade Like a Pro. It is still May 25th and it is still Tuesday. So let's go look at the S&P 500 and just take a peek at what happened here today. So a couple of things that I'll point out from in the morning. One of the things that we said in the pre-market video was that it would be important to get up above this 4210 if they were going to go higher. And you can see the high of the morning right here probed right up, hit 4210, and that was it. And what we said in MAP was that if they couldn't hold 4210, or sorry, if they didn't break up above 4210, that we could not at all rule out coming back down into this area down here. So what happened? A bit more of this same kind of behavior that we'd normally see in an area like this. And this is what I said, when it gets out of this area, it's pretty quick. It doesn't take a whole lot of time here. These are 2-minute candles. It gets here real quick. And then nice recovery. It probes this a little bit, which is okay. Drops right in here, probes, comes right back up. If you took this or you got stopped out of it or whatever, it's only a couple points here. There was a great opportunity to get right in again right there. So you can see it came right back right there and then kind of took off from there. And this bounced about 18 points from over there. So, that was great from that perspective. And then really would have needed to see a big push up above, right? I mean, all of this consolidation that happened here. And they just couldn't get that here. So then we had a nice pullback in here to this 86.75, and then a pretty decent bounce. I mean, there were a number of really tradable moves. This was like 9 points. So a number of really tradable moves that happened in here. And then at this point, it was kind of like the writing was on the wall. But one of the things that I said, so when this happened, I told the MAP traders that if we came lower than this, I mean, there was right below this, what you'll see is we have this area highlighted between 80.75 and 78.5. So what ended up happening, that's highlighted because that's a demand area. And what you can see is that we came real close to that, down here to 81, bounced back up here to 90.5, and then came down to 79.25 right here in this demand area, and then came up out of there to finish off the day. So basically what we have going on right now is there's this case of the market has made a fairly significant move up. And I'm just going to take off for a minute. I'm going to take off the prediction points and just show you. I mean, just look at what has happened since we put in this low here at 4,055. This is really, we've seen a lot of movement here. And also, there was this really nice move up and then big pullback down to here where the buyers finally came back in here. Little bit of a retrace right here, but I mean, since this, I mean, this thing's really gone. We've seen this little pullback and then this big rip back up, little pullback. What's going to happen next? So if you kind of zoom out and you look at it, you go, this thing's come a long ways. It's gone, all the way from down here, 4,055, all the way up to 4212 without a whole lot of breathing room in here. And so this is really fine. It's just a little bit of pullback. It's really okay. What's ultimately going to happen is it's going to, will drift lower like it's been doing until we find where the buyers are. And that might not be until down in the 60s. Now, if we start breaking lower than that, it doesn't mean that we won't sell it, but as soon as it starts to show some strength and starts to push back up, then we are going to want to flip and get on buy side again. So in the long run, in the big picture here, I'm still very, it's kind of inaccurate to think about it as being bullish or bearish, but let's just put it like this. In the long run, we still have 42.22 plus as a target. and nothing's happened that would invalidate that yet. So until something happens that would invalidate that, we're going to keep sticking with that, and we're going to go with that. So that pretty much wraps it up. We'll see how the overnight session does. We'll come back in the morning. Nothing really here today that was really too surprising in any way. So no big surprises here. So we'll be back in the morning and we'll see how things play out overall in this overnight session. And then we'll make a plan and we'll go from there. So thanks for tuning in today. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, do that so you get notified when we go live here. And we'll see you tomorrow in the pre-market.